The warm glow of the living room bathed the walls in amber casting light, soft shadows over the framed pictures of our smiling faces frozen proof of time. The life we had built. A house filled with love and trust. Or at least what I had believed was trust. That evening had been like any other. The rhythmic clink of silverware against the low murmur of the television in the background. My wife Rachel scrolling through her phone. While I spoke, she nodded in all the right but never places. Quite listened. Her fingers ghosted over the screen, her lips curving into the smallest before she glanced at me. And I should have known then. The signs had been there for months. The distant stares, the sudden fixation on her appearance, the late-night work that stretched longer, but I had told myself it was that we were simply going through a rough son patch. Daniel was about to graduate, and emotions were running high. Then came the messages. It was a small thing, really. A flicker of movement. The glow of her phone screen at just the wrong moment. I happened to glance over as she hastily tilted it away. My heart stilled, but not before I saw it. Adam. A name I had never heard her mention. A name that didn't belong. And beneath it a message that shattered everything. Can't wait to see you again last night was incredible. A slow, suffocating numbness spread through me. My breath hitched, my hands trembled under the weight of betrayal. I forced myself to look at the woman I had shared and all I saw was a stranger. In that moment, my marriage was over, but I wouldn't rage. I wouldn't confront her in a fit of anger. No, I would wait. I would be patient. Because if betrayal had taught me one thing, it was that revenge was best served cold. I became a ghost in my own moving home, through the motions of a life felt that no like longer. Mine. I watched. I listened. I documented every betrayal, every whispered phone call, every lingering trace of that didn't belong to me. The lies were everywhere, woven into the fabric of our daily existence. And Rachel, she didn't even bother to hide it anymore. The way she looked at me with pity, the deepest cut of all. As if I were nothing more than a relic of a life she had already left behind. As if my love, my devotion had become an inconvenience. But I stayed silent. I played the fool watching her weave her web, knowing that every thread would soon become her noose. Then came the final blow. The morning of Daniel's graduation. As I passed by the bathroom, I heard her voice, intimate, filled with anticipation. I can't wait to see you today. You'll be there, right? I want you to meet my son. A slow, seething rage coiled around squeezing the breath from my lungs. She wanted her lover there at our son's graduation. She wanted to parade him around, to flaunt him in front of me as if I didn't exist. They thought they had won. That I would sit quietly, endure the humiliation, and fade into the background like some forgotten relic. They were wrong. I wasn't going to confront them. I was going to destroy them. The graduation banquet was held in an elegant filled hall with proud families and beaming graduates. I arrived early, my pulse my face steady, a mask of practiced indifference. My wife arrived later, resting on the arm of a man from a photo I had found hidden in her phone. He was younger, smug, the kind of man who carried with an air of entitlement. As he walked toward me, he extended a smirking hand, like he had already won. Nice to finally meet you, he said smoothly. I let the silence stretch, watching the slight twitch as I ignored his hand. Rachel stiffened beside casting me a warning glance, and then the moment I had been waiting for. The MC tapped the microphone, signaling it was time for speeches. As a proud father, I had been invited. Speak. I walked up to the stage, my heart not pounding, from nerves, but from the anticipation I was about to drop. I cleared my throat looking out at the crowd. My son sat in the front row, his eyes shining with pride. He had no idea what was about to unfold. I want to thank everyone for being here. I began tonight, my voice steady. This is a momentous occasion, not just for our children, but for us as parents. We have supported them, nurtured them, sacrificed for them. My gaze flickered to Rachel, and I let Adam. My smile widen. And in the spirit of honesty, I think today is the perfect day not just to celebrate academic achievements, but also personal revelations. The room shifted uneasily, sensing something off in my tone. You see, I continued. This graduation isn't just a milestone for my son. It's a milestone for me. Because today I get to finally remove the dead weight I've been carrying. Murmurs rippled through the audience. I turned to Rachel, my voice razor sharp. Rachel, my loving wife, has spent the last year having with the man sitting right there. I pointed at Adam, whose face drained of color. Gasps echoed in the hall. And tonight, I'd like to give her the freedom she clearly desires. I pulled a thick envelope from my jacket. Divorce papers already signed. I dropped them onto the table in front of her. Congratulations, sweetheart. You're finally free. The hall erupted. Rachel's face contorted as she tried to grab her carefully crafted unraveling before hundreds of eyes. Adam, now the center of unwanted attention, stood frozen, his smug demeanor replaced with sheer panic. I wasn't done. Oh, and Adam. I turned to him, relishing the way he flinched. You might want to check your bank account. That lawsuit for alienation of affection, it's already in motion. Enjoy the consequences. The final blow landed with perfect precision. I had gathered enough evidence to not only lost his job, but faced a hefty financial ruin. The scandal would follow him like a plague. As I stepped down from the stage, I felt something I hadn't in a long time. Freedom. I walked out of that hole with my son by my side, the past burning behind me. Rachel's pleas fell on deaf ears. Adam disappeared into obscurity, his reputation shredded. And me. I wasn't broken. I was reborn. Some betrayals don't break us. They build us into something stronger. If you think justice was served, like this story, and subscribe for more tales of revenge and redemption.